games where they've chewed up an entire enemy team without ever really having to take fights. Thailand, by contrast, love to take fights and love to use those fights to gain ground. For me, Korea, how do you play aggressive? How do you gain map control without being forced into these deadly 5v5 fights? Thailand excel at winning.
We're going to go ahead, get into our pick and ban for Game 6 of our grand final. Aram going to be the first ban here from Korea. They understood, can't go all for one role again. We got to ban out this Aram because that's just too much control. There's so much delay available for Thailand. Also getting rid of the Flash.
The Flash, definitely very, very good on Hawk, but equally good opposing them. Memarks plays deadly mages and Flash is one of them.
You can even see there Thailand smiling, it would seem. I can hear them cracking jokes on stage, TJ. They're relaxed, they're focused, they are ready to take this game.
Last time I heard giggles coming from Thailand, they played Pura and gave it a 100% win rate.
So that's got to be a little bit more concerning for you too.
Very concerning for me and my sanity. But also, yes, maybe a little concerning for Thailand. They have a history of getting overconfident. I don't think they'll try anything objectively silly in a grand final, though.
Thailand banning out the Zenyul. For me, though, Korea, respecting the Raz here, opting to now target Memarks, it would seem.
I don't disagree. Memarks was so scary. First pick does come through. It's Korea, and they want the Violet on Rush.
I feel like they've learned their mistake here. They keep letting the Violet on over to Thailand in a couple of these drafts. Now, instead, picking it up for Rush, saying, all right, Rush, we're going to give you the best, but Thailand, they're going to go ahead and pick up that teaming.
Remember in the group stage, for the first time, we were astounded when Korea seemed to bring out target bans. From there, that team has done nothing but adapt to their opponents. Give me one game, Korea, where you just play your own game.
Play your own style. Maybe that's the key that forces this Game 7. Chuknar also going to be locked in here for Thailand, so a lot of safety already being thrown in. On top of that, Resurrection 2 for the carries of Thailand when it comes to these fights. And I feel like Korea, they understand that they can't go for the 5v5. I feel like Thailand has just outclassed them.
Thailand is one of, I guess I can say it, I don't need to beat around the bush. Thailand is the best team fight team in the world. And they have defined that over and over here on this stage. If Korea want to beat them, they need to do what they do best, which is map control. Slowly and steadily push Thailand out of their comfort zone.
Korea looking at the Scud and possibly this Alice pickup for their second rotation. It's going to go ahead and get locked in.
Chaser, Hawk, both managed to lock in what they want. I think that's a big pickup for Hawk because that gives them, like we said, a better defensive outlook for Korea. They don't need to go for these fights because a single hissy fit can dissuade a dive.
Thailand, though, what do they want to try and pick up? They want to try and get... Yeah, they might just go for the Maraud again.
I would be surprised because, like we said, 007 did seem a little bit shaky on it at times. He certainly played well on it, but it was not where he has been comfortable previously. The Kilgroth I asked for does come through. The reason you run Kilgroth Jargnar is Alice, and that's been meta recently, and it's very fun to see.
A little bit of change up here, though, from Thailand, opting to get the Crixie for themselves. Remix will get his Kilgroth. Side, though, of Korea, what do they want to try and bring out here? Do you try a new pick? Looking at possibly this Lubu.
They still don't have a mage. We saw them successfully run without a mage once, but I'd like I said, just play your own game. Go back to default, get a good lane clear mage. It would be a Praetor. Liliana also would work.
Be one of the first times we've seen the Liliana from Hawk in a long time here during the tournament. I think we saw it during group stage in their first series. Haven't seen it for a little bit now. Sun looking at the Tara. It'll be a nice pickup once again. Seems a little bit more all-around team comp, though, for the side of Korea, instead of just only funneling it on to Rush.
Okay, here's how this composition works. Hissy Fit sets up the fight. Then you can instantly combo through, using that Liliana to find big damage. Rush hovers in the back of the fight, dumping it out. Sun and Chaser they're going to need to be your two front lines, and that, I think, is where this Korea team looks to be at their weakest. During a team fight, they lack the HP to really win it, which means they're going to have to do what they do best. This has to be a disengaged game for Korea, not a high kill one, but a slow and steady one, or a fast and brutal one, entirely focused around map control, entirely focused around objectives.
Well, you saw the fist bumps coming out there from Thailand. They're excited. Coaches possibly shaking hands here for the final time, and the possibility of Thailand taking home that trophy here in Game 6. They are one win away for closing out this tournament and taking the 4-2 over Korea. They have to win this game though, or else we go all the way, TJ, to a Game 7.
Game 7 would be the best.
Would be the best. But you know, for Thailand, they're feeling confident. They have shown themselves to be quite the powerhouse during this series. After dropping the first 2 games, have fought their way back and now are looking to claim the throne. Korea need to find the answer here to Thailand. They've tried it now for 3 games. They only have this final game left before it is all over. We're gonna go ahead, load on in for Game 6 between Korea and Thailand.
One thing I'd highlight for Thailand, actually let's highlight several. The danger zone for Korea from Thailand, it all for me is Moss and the Crixie. Moss on the team has the potential to resurrect any of the characters they're trying to pick up. We saw this to Korea's benefit when Thailand was trying to play a poke game, pick off individuals. It was oftentimes the teamie with the resurrection that shut down their dreams. Will Moss be able to leverage that here?
Well, we're in Game 6, Thailand 3-2 over Korea. Gonna go ahead, start things off with an invade onto the bot side of the map. Russian J-Jack, of course, gonna answer on back. We're gonna see 007 actually on the slims this time around.
Here's the bot lane already. Thailand's playing very aggressive and trying to isolate a player. You can see them really considering the pressure onto that lane. Korea are doing likewise, though.
Yeah, we saw that a couple times actually where Sun was punished quite early into the game, and that really hindered Korea because they couldn't really respond anywhere on the map. It felt like Sun sure was taking attention, but honestly, it felt like the rest of the team wasn't trying to pressure other lanes. You already see Remix feeling pretty confident himself in the matchup. Still 3 members of Thailand coming in through that mid lane. Moss can be on the teamie this time around too.
And I highlighted that teamie as the major character to watch. I also say, if you're looking for what to shut down, what is the weak point of Thailand, watch this Slims. Because it's not the highest damage marksman in the game by a long shot, and if you're able to punish 007, if you're able to catch him isolated without mobility, you can quite easily find an opening repeatedly for Korea.
Mark's just looking to clear out the minions. J-Jack over toward the side, maybe looking for a play. Moss is just going to run directly in with the flicker on forward. 007 landing the flying spear. J-Jack is isolated. Moss sticks on top of him, and first blood goes to Thailand.
Sun will have the flank. Rush might have the trade. They do. Hawk comes through with the blinding lights.
Hawk is able to trade back a kill. It's a 1-for-1 in the mid lane, but Thailand were able to pick up first blood, find themselves a 500-bit gold lead. You see Sun now trying to go for a 2v1 on the top side of the map. Remix is going to be safe though.
Sun going for a 2v1 on Tara is pretty basic. That's what he does. Because
I'm about to say, that's like you're lacking. You usually expect a 1v3.
You can build the Tara so defensively and so regeneratively that you can occupy resources. And while you're taking 1v3, even if you lose it slowly, the rest of Korea can be pushing elsewhere. Unfortunately, we've seen a Korea that doesn't take advantage of that time because they don't have the map control necessary.
See, Thailand looking to roam on over. Boss might be caught out. Korea looking to catch him out, and they find 2 members in response after Thailand trying to be a little too aggressive. Cherry's coming on over. He wants to try and focus on to J-Jack, instead opting to just get underneath his tower. And Korea even moving on forward. 007 though will be able to pick up the Sage Golem. Abyssal Dragon though started by Korea.
Korea should be able to pick this up uncontested. That is major. Building an early gold lead is how they feel comfortable, confident, and start winning these early trades.
But you got to make something else happen, TJ. We've seen this before with Korea. We saw it in Game 4, where they were able to find themselves a kill or 2 early, get a small gold lead, get an Abyssal Dragon. Then Thailand, they just shut them down. They found the team fights. Moss going to try and zone away Sun. Sun already regenning quite a lot there, has his ultimate available, so he'll be able to back off underneath the turret just fine.
It's not just about the fights, though, because Sun pushes forward, sees 3 there, he gets that information out, and the rest of Korea can play accordingly. They will have the flank here on this top lane.
Want to go for the flank. J-Jack leading the charge, wants to find the stun, is able to land onto 007. That's the main target. Able to get it down. Rush just needs to finish him off with an auto attack, but he gets stunned. But Hawk will find the kill. Remix just survives.
but that was beautifully played. The push from Sun gets knowledge of 3 people there. They will now get the tower because they instantly had the flank ready to go, baited out the resurrection ultimate from Moss and punished it hard.
And that is going to be their first tower of the game for Korea. A 1,300 gold lead. They get some pressure toward the top side of the map. Keep the ball rolling. Keep up their momentum, and then they can maybe take this game 6.
Rush, Hawk, and J-Jack will now group towards the mid lane. They want to use Rush's damage, amp him up early so that he can melt them.
See the pressure coming on through. Rush just going through the jungle, even coming on over with J-Jack, who's already started up the Sage Golem. Gonna go ahead, take that one down. 3 members of Korea stealing away the jungle camps. 007 won't have anything to farm. Nice little invade, gives them a little bit extra gold.
And that little bit of extra gold can go a very, very long way, especially on the player it's being focused on, Rush. You can see he's already level 8, leading the field. And that's very important. Get him out ahead, and Korea wins game.
J-Jack over toward the side. Has to be a little bit careful if he gets caught out there. Does have the Hissy Fit available if he wants to try and zone back Thailand. They were looking for a play. The Flying Spear actually did land onto J-Jack. Standard Remix up toward the top lane, and Korea going to start up the Abyssal Dragon once again.
Here's the spear for the poke. This is good pressure from Thailand. They regain control.
Boss gets taken down. Being a bro is going to be popped. Gets him back. But Chaser with the flanks. This is the greatness we've seen, TJ. They pick up the kill, and Chaser survives.
How on earth does he survive? But he does. Korea, though, we're losing members elsewhere on the map. You can see Sun and Chaser both very low. Sun up top. He's got the healing. He'll stay alive for now.
And Korea going to go ahead, pick up their second Abyssal Dragon of the game. Thailand, they try and force 2 members up toward the top side of the map, but they're not able to get anything. Korea now with a 3,000 gold lead and a second tower now in the bot lane.
Those 2 towers give them an awful lot more control to redouble their lead. Thailand know what they need to do, and it is gain those little objectives, like the Spirit Sentinel. Keep your gold close, like it is now, so that you can win a major team fight just off the back of your team fighting prowess.
Hawk over towards side, able to land the stun. Rush gets some poke damage himself. Korea, though, want to try and focus this. Wow, Remix. Ooh, little scary there and there.
Fine.
Don't worry. Just fine. That's like the 3rd time he's survived with a sliver of health this game already.
These Hissy Fits have been so nice for Hawk to combo with.
Oh, Hawk gets popped up there. Has to be careful. Is able to get back to safety. The rest of his team. Chaser toward the side. Maybe looking for another flank. TJ still waiting.
Watch the pressure. Rush is building it because he doesn't really even need minions to escort. He could just do damage regardless, especially if he times the tactical fire just when the minion gets in range. Like so, it will be deleted.
All right, this is the game plan for Korea, and they get Moss before he can pop his ultimate. That's the teaming down. That's all the outer tier towers down, and Sun is proxying the wave. Korea, they have stepped
another
up.
tower.
This is what we wanted to see here in Game 6 to try and keep
Sun!
their grand hope alive as Rush guns them down.
Why is Sun so tanky? I don't actually need that question answered. He's just playing his play style, and Korea seem to have finally reset to their own home game.
5,000 gold lead for Korea, 8-1 the kills. They got themselves 3 towers. They've opened up the entire midsection of the map. 007 almost getting caught out here, forced to play a little bit more of a utility. Can't be as much of a carry just as yet. See Korea back toward the top side. Want to apply pressure, looking to steal away the jungle once again, and maybe start grouping toward this Dark Slayer.
I wouldn't agree with this Slayer. Maybe it's quick enough, but it's also a bold race.
They don't have vision of this, TJ. This is Korea making the call. Thailand, they don't know what's going on. And Korea are going to go ahead and sneak away the Dark Slayer. There steals it away. Are you serious, Cherry?
What on earth is that? The worst case scenario. Thailand may very well have just earned their way back into this game and back onto elimination.
J-Jack gets caught out, gets knocked up. Memarks flickers over the wall with the moonfall. How did he steal that, TJ?
Cherry has stolen several major objectives with that energy surge this tournament. He's so good at timing.
Oh no, Korea, is it falling apart? Remix already gonna go ahead.
That gold lead
up the Abyssal Dragon. It's back to 3,000.
Gone. That gold lead is minuscule now, easily fightable. And Korea, you cannot take this team fight, not against Slayer.
Sun goes in. Moss maybe a little too aggressive on the teamie. You do see there, Rush with the ultimate, trying to pick off the kill. Not going to be able to find it. So though Korea Got to try and recalm themselves. Maybe going a little too fast, make a small mistake, but how do you recover from this?
I really didn't like that Dark Slayer take because they didn't have full vision, and they should have gotten away with it.
Oh, they should have.
But the fact that Thailand were able to get in.
Oh, Remix. He's been hiding in this bush the entire time. Rush is going to be isolated. He survives, though. And Korea still have a fighting chance. Look up toward top lane. The Scud trying to push in the wave.
Chaser keeps the pressure going on the other side of the map, forcing Thailand to stay tethered to their base. The fact that Rush survives means that they're still safe because Rush is who they're focusing on building.
Gonna go ahead, take the Spirit Sentinel for themselves. You see
Mid-lane.
Thailand, though, grouped up together, acting as a squad. They understand this is where they have won games, going for these team fights.
Win the team fights, especially as we get towards the late game. Thailand will begin to pressure for them, and Korea don't have a whole lot they can answer that with because now they're pressing against a high ground, and they just need to take and win a team fight.
Sun gonna go toe-to-toe with Remix. Can't do a whole lot at the moment. Just looking to pressure him on back. The Mark's looking to clear out the wave in mid lane. You see Korea, though, taking a page out of Thailand. They're looking to group up together. They want to try and catch out one member of Thailand and go for the fight. If anyone checks toward the top side of this jungle, they will be taken out. Instead, Korea opting to go on to Cherry, but he will survive.
Chaos Protection allowing that Chargnar to instantly ditch any amount of control abilities. That's why we've seen so much Chargnar today, because there's a big shift in the meta towards controllability-focused characters, and Chargnar counters most of them.
Oh, Moss waiting over toward the side. Chaser's going to spot him out. Korea can go ahead, take this second-tier tower in mid lane, go for the fight. You see Sun jumping on in. They take down Mimmarks. The Being a Bro will be back up. Korea now have to deal with the team fight. They're able to kite it on back. Remix overstepped. They don't fall, and that is the key component for Korea.
Nobody dies for either team. A completely bloodless yet heart-wrenching team fight.
And you were just on the edge there, TJ. If Thailand loses members there, they could lose a high ground tower.
So Korea still has runway. They still have time because they're only at level 14 through 12. They still have time to get out ahead in their gold using things like this Abyssal Dragon. Make it so that they have a really steady lead going into the fight and they can win it. But that runway is getting shorter and shorter because Thailand, if they get to level 15 as well, when they hit max, they're going to close that gap and win a major team fight and possibly the game.
Korea going forward. J-Jack, that's a dangerous spot to be in. Lays down the hissy fit to disengage. Moss gets stunned, has to back off, uses the flicker. Chaser now over onto the flank, wants to try and catch out Moss. They take down the teamie, TJ. Rush goes ultimate.
Remix needs to defend this lane. Korea are looking
There's minions.
for the push.
That's going to be the high ground tower. Korea knocking on the door of Thailand, looking for a possible Game 7 in the grand final.
I'm looking at this 15-minute mark. Thailand needs to last at least that long, and I'm not sure they can as Korea go for a second high ground.
See Cherry just looking to clear out the wave. Marks also on over, gets stunned up by Hawk, and almost gets taken out. The burn's not going to be enough. But still, Korea now on to the mid lane tower. The second one to fall in the base. It's only one high ground tower remaining. Korea looking for the game, looking to tie up the series.
They just baited out to Being a Pro. Korea, that's one of the massive ultimates they need to do.
3 towers, TJ. And guess what? They get on top of Mimmarks. That's going to be the kill. Minions onto the core. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going all the way. If Korea can just finish off this game. Thailand holding on with their dying breath. But guess what? Another minion wave is coming on in. We're going all the way to a Game 3. 7.
7 is like 3, and it is A-OK, because that is an insane final game to reach.
You got me confused there, TJ, by saying best of 3 during the 2 and 2. So it's technically now our final game.
If that makes
it's a best of 1 now. 1 game to decide who is going to be our grand champion of the World Cup.
1 game to decide what is the best Arena of Valor team in the world, and Korea just showed up. I said play your own game style. Don't keep trying to adapt to your opponents. We've seen you do that very well, but it's not working here. Just reset, play what you want, don't worry about the draft, and finally it worked.
14-1 the kill total, TJ. Korea coming out dominating. now tie up our series. We go down to a game 7. We go the full distance, TJ. We're into overtime.
We had a whole discussion where I was like, I feel like any series over BO5 is really just getting, repetition. You proved me wrong. Well done. Game 7. And every single game has been won or lost on its own standards.
Saw there Korea able to play the map, find the early lead, turn it into objectives, find the map control, and close out the game before the 15-minute mark. Thailand not looking as good. And you see Korea, there's the happiness, there's the emotion they've been looking for. They're back into the series.
This World Championship will be...